Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm so ready.
Okay, me too. Hi, I'm Macy. Welcome back to Good in Bed. So I'm literally so excited because I have my literal sister, Alysa, here with me. This is one of my best friends, one of my longest friends. Me and Alysa, 15 years. Yeah. We met when I was 12. I think you were what?
14.
14?
Yeah, 14.
So we've seen so many different evolutions of each other, and Alysa is someone that I personally find so inspiring. Alysa practices what she preaches. Aww. And lives by example, and it's something that I just find so much pride in, like, about her. Like, I just am, oh my God, am I gonna cry? So yeah, it's just like Alyssa's the perfect person for me to have on this podcast. Like, I'm so happy to be able to share Alyssa's essence with the world and all the unique things that she has to offer and the knowledge and experiences that she has accumulated, because you're just so special. So yeah, I'm just so same. So yeah, I just kind of want us to tell the story about our friendship evolution, and then I also want to kind of dig into your brain and your heart and your soul, and just see.
Happy to show it.
Yeah, just let you share like who you are. So
I'm ready.
Yeah, so basically me and Alysa met when we were both really young. Again, like, I was 12, Alysa was about 14.
Yeah. You know, I think we have a really rare experience because we've been able to see each other grow from such a young age, from every single phase, through every life situation you can imagine. You know, now we're in our late 20s, early 30s, and we've had this opportunity to kind of, do you want me to hold it?
You can hold it.
We've had this opportunity to kind of watch the growth and the challenges and the traumas and everything unfold, and the opportunities present themselves, and the failures coming to it. And I really think, like, friendships, right, they come and they go, and you have some that last a really long time, whatever. Macy and I have had such a opportunity to become like sisters, to a point where we fully see the evolution of each other's character. And I think it's so rare.
I feel like you said, it's really rare to be able to have people in your life where you actually see and recognize each other's wholeness. Mm-hmm. The good, the bad, everything in between. And I feel like I see you like your most authentic self. I don't even want this to sound crazy, but I literally feel like I see you through the image of God.
Yeah.
Like, like the way that you were meant to be experienced. And it's truly such a gift. I feel like it's really lucky that we are able to experience this type of relationship and friendship and sisterhood, because it's once in a lifetime.
It really is. And I think the craziest part is that we firsthand experienced each other's traumas together.
Right.
Like, firsthand, like, me with your family, you with my family, like, firsthand saw every, like, nitty gritty detail of everything, right? And so when you come from that, and then you watch, you stay equally as close, and then you watch the person evolve through those situations, and how they prevail and how they overcome, and how it's truly interesting. And I also think Macy and I feel like we've explored the same route of healing.
Yeah.
In a very, like, we've gone on down, like, different paths slightly, but not really. And, like, both came to the same understandings at the end of the day.
100%.
Right? And I truly, like, I would
Right, they're like
go
parallel
down,
journeys.
I would put money on it that we're twin flames in another life, like, 100% we knew each other.
Right.
Because that's why, like, when you say, like, I see you the way, like, God sees you, like, I truly believe, like, I have always known you. In every life, in every dimension, in every lifetime of every time I've been on this planet, right?
And we always say, like, oh, remember that one time, like, 500 years ago when we were burned at the stake?
Literally, that, like, meme, yes. That's exactly how I feel. And so that's why it's, like, I feel the most comfortable. I can say the most off-the-wall shit. And you're like, yeah.
No, I
sense,
see it.
you know?
I understand. Yeah. And I actually agree. So,
yeah. So anyways.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, I just feel like I believe in you so much, and I believe in your journey and the way that you want to have an impact on the world. And not even like, oh, that you go out of your way to have an impact. It's just like naturally your being is an impactful person. So it's like you just being your most true, authentic self is leaving a permanent ripple on the world. Like, I feel like you living in authenticity is like shifting the paradigm on earth, and that goes for every single person living their authenticity. But also it's like takes a lot of strength to get to that point where you are giving yourself the permission to do that. So
it has taken me a long time to give myself permission to be authentic, and I still struggle with that, to be honest with you. Like, I am in a constant thought process within myself throughout situations in my life, and throughout parts where I notice I'm getting triggered or I'm feeling uncomfortable, or emotions are arising. Like, I'm constantly paying attention to what emotions I'm feeling and trying to be aware of that, because I will a lot of times not be authentic and hold myself back from being authentic out of fear and out of being uncomfortable. And that's something that, like, I'm learning to work through, because I know that I'm not going to be of value to the world in any way if I'm not my most authentic self. And I constantly have to remind myself that it is not easy, because we are so societally conditioned to stay within the bounds and stay within norms and stay, within what's expected.
Play the role that you were assigned,
right? And play the role of what others want you to be, right? And that's a big part of it. It's like all, like, from a young age, especially, as a kid, I was put in a position where it made me feel like I needed to make sure everybody else was happy and everybody else was good, and it made me so angry and so sad. But I would basically read the room, and then just whatever you needed me to be in that moment,
like a people pleaser.
Exactly. And I've had to condition myself out of that in such a crazy way. I've had to condition myself out of that in such a crazy way.
Also, that's my phone. I'm not telling her to silence her own phone. Hey, can you fucking silence that?
Stupid right now.
Oh, it's okay. You just.
Oh yeah.
You just
But yeah. I struggled with that. We've been talking about this a lot lately, actually, her and I, because it's a huge topic I'm going through right now. But the idea of self-compassion, right?
Do you care if we lay on our stomach?
No, I don't care.
Okay. Switch positions.
Switching.
Sorry, just because I feel like it's easier for our voices to get picked up. Also, you want to come over here more?
No.
Come closer. This is cute.
Yeah.
So, okay, another thing about, like, the authenticity, I guess, topic is what we were saying out in the living room before we started recording, is also that when you change so much, and being also comfortable with the idea of, like, changing your mind. And we were talking about how so many times, literally tomorrow, like today, it's like we're living our most, or trying to live our most authentic, truth. Did you hear my lisp come out?
Yeah.
But then tomorrow it's like maybe we change our mind, and I'm like, actually I don't fuck with that, how I did that yesterday. And then you know what, fuck it, because that's my authentic truth.
I am such a firm believer. You know, it's so funny, people get so mad, you're like, don't contradict yourself, or like whatever, right? I think there's certain situations where if you are able to go back and be like, you know what, I didn't like that. It's okay. But right. I want to change something about that. And it's okay that you don't like it anymore. But I think there's so much power in being able to change your mind, because that means you're not a closed book. You're not just laying down like whatever I believed in is what I believe in, and I'm not willing to change my mind, right? And so I think there's such beautiful power in being able to kind of uproot your belief systems and evolve into something that's more, you know, you. And not keeping yourself in a bubble and keeping yourself confined into, well, I've always believed something to be this way, so it has to be this way. Just like you, like we were talking about Macy potentially wanting to take down one of the videos because she wanted to change something about it, and then her being like, you know what, no, I'm going to keep it. Because the thing is, you're always going to evolve. Nothing's ever going to be exactly how you want it anymore. You're going to look at these tapes in 3 months from now and be like, you know what, I would have done that differently.
Yeah, 100%.
Always. Even though right now it could be the perfect thing for it. It will always be like that, and life will always be like that, you know?
Yeah, and also it's funny you say that, because I used to think the same exact things when I was like posting those, like, I don't even want to call them like channeled messages. It's just like insights that I wanted to share that I was posting on YouTube. And it would be the same thing. Like in the moment, I was sharing the message to the best of my ability, or just like my knowledge or whatever that I wanted to share. But I would literally rewatch the same video the next day and be like, every time I say something, I have a completely different, like, expanded version of the thought. Yeah. And I'd just be like, well, whatever, that's just what it is, you know? And back to what you said about being friends for so long and seeing the evolutions of each other, is that, like, we have changed so much. We used to be so unhinged. Like, honestly, and I'm glad, because it gave us character development. Like, us doing genuinely unhinged shit at way too young of an age, I feel like was just, in a way, well, number one, it was really fun at the time. Number two, it's fun to be able to look back now and be like, honestly, I'm glad that we did it, because I love the way that we've evolved. You know what I mean?
I was talking about this with my mom earlier today, because she was like, we're just talking, I go to therapy often, and we were talking about a session I had earlier this morning, and she was like, you know, I'm sorry you had such hardships when you were younger. And I looked at her, because my mom, she's great. We all have issues with our family, right? Like, it just is. But I looked at her and I'm like, are you kidding? I would not have changed a single thing. Like, granted, I'm going to therapy. I think therapy is actually absolutely fantastic. I really, really think it's something everybody should explore. But I would not change a single thing the way things have played out in my life. I wouldn't change any of it, because I would not be where I am today without the path that I went down, regardless of how hard things were, how upsetting they were, how much I struggled with it emotionally. And now I'm still trying to figure out how to work through my own emotions and not have obsessive thoughts about things, or get upset about things, or let things get to me. I struggle with anxiety. Like, I have to work through those things. However, because of the path I've gone down, I have hit some of the most successful points in my life that I never would have even imagined, but it's all come from the perseverance from that. And so what you said, our childhood, we did some really unhinged shit, and we're really kind of crazy off the wall. And I love that we did that. Yeah. I love the memories. I love how absolutely wild we were. I love that we thought so outside of the box as kids, to be honest with you, and had those memories. And I really think, like, also it's part of that saying, like, oh, everybody talks about, like, oh, I partied so much in high school that I got it out of my system. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody says that. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
we really.
Yeah. Fuck, we really did. But it did, to an extent, come out of my system. Like, I didn't have the same desires. Even now, like, it's a Friday night and we're doing this. We literally came and made Crunchwrap Supremes at home. We're at Whole Foods and got. Oh my god.
That's the sister telepathy.
Oh my god. And so today, where's my phone? Today, somewhere, I have a word of the day.
Oh, right there.
There she is. A word of the day. Every day I get a new word. Today, where was I? Sent it to you. It was, which is really crazy, sororal. I don't know if you can see that. Sororal. And sororal means like a sister. And they shared a sororal bond. And it's the craziest thing. It's my word of the day. And that's like literally her middle name.
And I also think that it's so like serendipitous as well that that's the word of the day when we're literally, it's the day that we're doing
our first pod together.
Yeah, which is just so, it's like that's the stuff where it's like you can't make this shit up. Like that's, nothing's a coincidence. Like I just think it's so fun. It's like a little treat.
A little treat. The amount of text messages we send back and forth to each other where we say the same thing at the same time and send the same text message to each other is astronomical. Like it really is insane.
And then also, I think that it's funny, too, because now I see posts on Instagram, but it's like, so who knows if they're really, like, valid? Mm-hmm. But I'll see posts where it's like, oh, studies show that best friends have actually, like, telepathic brainwaves. And I'm like, bitch, join the club. Like, we already knew this. We already knew.
We done knew this.
Yeah. And so... I forget.
Yeah, he's going somewhere. I just don't know what path. It basically dead ends right there.
Yeah. And oh. No, I lost it.
Okay. I have a topic for you.
Okay.
What is one of your favorite memories of us together? I haven't asked her this, so it's like her having to like come up with it on the spot.
Oh my god, no.
What's your favorite memory? You have one off the spot?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh my gosh. So
how old were we?
I was probably like 16.
Okay.
And you were probably, I mean, you're just a few years older than me. Yeah. So. But me and Alysa went, when we were teenagers, with my family to a really long like trip in Europe for like a month. Mm-hmm. And we went all over Europe, and one night we decided to go out in Switzerland.
Oh my god.
And
yeah,
the legal drinking age there is way younger than it is in America. And again, it's like we were already wild at that age.
Yeah.
We basically went out and got super intoxicated.
Yeah, we walked down random streets until we found the screensaver just popped up as Macy. No.
Whoa. It's funny because it'll just play slideshow photos. So the other day it came up and it was just like old hula pictures. I can't breathe.
You belly dancing.
Oh my god.
What happens if you're like having a down to earth conversation, like really, and then that just
imagine it's just like,
what if you have a different guest on here?
No, imagine just like naked pictures.
You're trying to be serious, and then that pops up on your screensavers. You can't make me laugh. It makes me cry every time. Doesn't matter the amount of laughing. I just cry.
The fact that we literally have tissues on deck because we knew we were gonna start crying laughing. Can I have it?
I can't laugh without crying. I don't know what's wrong with me.
We can share it. Here, I'll pause it.
Stupid.
Help Stop me. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm crying. Okay, so oh my god.
Earlier, we were just sitting here, and she grabbed my toe for no reason. And she didn't stop laughing.
I interlocked on accident. You're making me ugly cry laugh.
Oh my god, my contact's gonna fall out. Ew.
Oh my god. No, it wasn't for no reason. First of all,
You had a reason?
can't breathe. Well, first of all, it was an accident, and then I never let go. In fact, I think I held on tighter. I was like,
yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm actually ugly crying. Wow. Back to the story about Switzerland. 10 years later.
We didn't even get into it. Oh my god. Okay, so we went to Switzerland.
We
walked down the street.
We were super drunk, and we
went to a bar. We found a bar.
We found a bar, and
Macy decided to get into a dance competition with a random man in the bar.
I did.
Oh my god.
My favorite part though is that, like, you know how people are like, oh yeah, like, first of all, the fact that we're both sobbing crying. So, you know, when it's like someone gets in a fight and then they're like, oh yeah, my friends are gonna like jump in, they're gonna be behind me and like whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it was that, but imagine like a dance battle. Like, I was dance battling, first of all, this like 30-year-old gay man who had like a huge mega size
fan. But the most important part was that Macy was about to win this dance battle, dropped down into the splits mid dance battle, and the only way this man could redeem himself was by pulling out a massive fan and fanning himself in the middle of the bar. Oh, it's fantastic. We were so young.
It was just, and also it's like we just stumbled in there by chance, and then it just ended up being like,
yeah.
And then I remember like you crying, laughing behind me.
Yeah, because I can't laugh without crying.
I know, but it's just like the amount of joy and
God.
adventure I felt in that moment was just like no fucks given. Like, we were just seizing every moment, or did I say that right? Seizing. We're just seizing the moment.
Seizing.
But also, to be honest, it's like, I feel like every experience that we have together is like that, you know?
I think so too, yeah.
Anyway, what's one of your favorite memories?
I have a lot. Oh my gosh. One of them. Oh my god. I was going to say one where we were on the beach. This is like probably late teens, early 20s, where we got basically locked on the beach because the high tide was coming in, but we were also on the beach at like 2 a.m. Do you remember that?
Wait, what?
We were on the beach in Malibu.
Oh my god, we were at that bonfire?
Yeah, and we almost got stuck on the beach and we had to climb up the rock wall. It was like 2 a.m. and legally on the beach. We were so in trouble.
And we had to take the Uber all the way back.
Yeah.
And we stayed at the Standard?
Yeah.
Was that night?
Yes.
Oh my
But then the other story I was
God.
thinking of, because I was thinking when she was talking about our trip to Europe, we were doing a biking excursion.
It was like biking, mountain climbing, like outdoor.
It's called back roads. It was really fun.
It was really cool.
We were not told
That it was going to be like Olympic level.
No, it was fully up Dolomites, and the Dolomites are Swiss Alps. So like full excursion up the mountainside. And I remember I was riding my bike up, and all of a sudden I'm probably a couple miles in, but this mountain's going pretty steep up, all of a sudden I see to the side as I'm coming up this mountain, Macy's pulled off on the side of the road, just crying, cries out. Wait, I don't know if you'll even get mad at me for saying
I don't
this,
care, say it.
but one of the tour guides, what was his name? Stefano came driving by in the bus, and the second she saw Stefano driving by in the bus, she got back on her bike. She was no longer crying. She's like, I got it. You don't need to pick me up. I got it. And I was like, Macy, are you okay? She's like, I'm good.
Also, the fact that
oh my god,
I was, first of all, like 15 or 16.
Oh, literally, this man is like,
you guys, I this was a grown ass man in his 30s, and I was like 15 or 16. When we left, I was sobbing, crying, because I thought we were gonna be in love there.
I know, you thought he was endgame for sure.
Remember when we were playing the piano together?
Yes, there was a photo.
And that, like, yeah. Oh my god.
Anyway, that's one of my favorite memories, just because I will never forget. I got off my bike to look at you. I'm like, are you okay? You're like, it's so hard. And then here comes Stefano, and you're like, oh shit, it just got real. Get on the bike. You can't know. You can't know. Well, can't know I'm about to die.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is easy.
It's fine. This is actually, I do this on the weekends all the time.
Right. Yeah, I bike every weekend that this one stops. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We have so many just out of this world memories.
So many.
Together. And that's why, and it's funny too, because we've lived such parallel journeys in life, and like in a way the same but also different. And like Alyssa said, we've had really similar healing journeys. We come from really similar, like, kind of traumatic family backgrounds. We've both had our fair share of, personal struggles and, healing arcs, just like anyone in life, really. Yeah. But it's just our journeys specifically have been so similar. And we even went through, like, traumatic relationships of really similar caliber at the same time. And I feel like because of that, it's like we went a little bit like not in touch with each other, because we were just so sucked into these just like kind of, I don't want to say horrible experiences, but like kind of horrible experiences.
Life-changing experiences.
Yeah. And just the way that we've both been able to, like you said, persevere all of these situations into versions of ourselves that I feel like exceed anything that I ever envisioned for us in the past.
Yeah.
And I was talking about this in the last episode that I did a couple days ago, where I was talking about how our experiences, in the moment I was saying like, oh, my experiences, but since we're so similar, like our experiences that we've had in this life and the way that we have been able to overcome them and truly flourish and just be able to like transmute all of these energies and feelings and emotions and struggles and whatever.
Yeah.
It has completely changed my perception about like what is possible for us.
Oh my God.
In the future. And I feel like anything that we could ever conspire in our head is not even good enough.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I could go down a rabbit hole with this, because one of my biggest aha moments, like my biggest realizations that I've had, I read a lot of books, I go to a lot of seminars, I do a lot of therapy, I do all of that. But there is a point where on my journey through everything, I had a lot of anger and a lot of sadness, and you knew. But it was like this moment where I realized that no one is coming to save me. No one's, like, I can be as upset about my path or about my family or about like the way things have gone, or like angry, whatever it is that, is going on. I can be as upset as I want. No one's going to fix that. it's just going to be a broken record for me over and over again. And I see so many people doing, like, sitting in that and sitting in their discomfort and their upsetness. And, like, it's okay to be upset about your life. It's okay that there's things that have gone wrong and things that, like, happen to you that are not okay, that are not right, right? However, at some point, it's always your responsibility to take charge of that and decide, I'm no longer going to let this have power over me, and I'm going to focus on something else, right? And that's where I think you and I come along, because we both have experiences where it's like, you didn't deserve that. You didn't deserve that. However, great, I didn't deserve that. Everybody can agree to that. However, it's my responsibility to change something and to make something different, right? Because if I stayed down the path that I was, the anger I had, the sadness I had, if I stayed down that route, there's no way in hell I would ever attract what I've attracted in my life, because you always get what you're thinking about. Whatever is your internal reality becomes your external reality. So if you're sad, if you're upset, is what you attract, right? If you're sitting in those emotions of why me, why me, why me, you're going to create more situations that are why me, why me, why me, right?
Yeah. And I feel like an example that I have of kind of like that same concept is specifically like I can reference, traumatic, maybe like relationship or dysfunctional relationships that I've been through, where maybe like abuse was perpetuated onto me, right? And it's like, yeah, that was wrong of them and it's wrong that I went through that, but also what was my part in it? And not in like a victim blamey way, but more in the way of like, okay, well, I obviously had such low self-worth at that time that I couldn't even spot the red flags, and I allowed myself to continue to fall into a dynamic where I wasn't liberating myself from having dysfunctional relationships that was replaying out the dysfunction that I experienced in my childhood.
100%.
And I feel like if I wasn't willing to take accountability for myself in those ways, then it's like I would be experiencing those same type of relationships now.
Over and over and over again. Yeah.
And so I also love that you said that it's like it's okay to feel those things, but it comes to a certain point where you have to like move through them and move past them, because I even said in the last one that I filmed that my process of how I like process energy and emotion and everything is like I do have to feel things fully, right? It's like I don't want to bypass them, I don't want to suppress them, so I feel them fully.
Yeah.
But I feel like the hard part is not clinging to them. It's feeling them and then actually moving through them and letting them go.
100%. Yeah. 1,000,000%. I came from a family that, my parents are divorced. Obviously, it's like 90% of
Everyone.
the country. But family is divorced. I had a very difficult relationship with my stepmother, very toxic and turmoil and, alcoholism and like a lot of problems like that. And then my mom is still kind of like mentally a child in a lot of ways, emotionally. And, but they're both separately, like my mom and my dad are separately such great people. And they just have these downfalls in this area where they constantly make themselves the victim. And emotionally, just that is a part of like it just is, because I'm just the victim. Like it's always happening to me. It's always happening to me. But it's like, okay, but what can you do about it? You have to at some point change something. You have to be aware of your patterns, because your patterns are where all of your life lies, right? So like if you're following through on the same habits over and over and over again, and you're doing the same problem, you're perpetuating the same situation, and you're always going to get the same outcome, right? And so I look at my family, I look at my mom, I look at my dad, I look at like all of the upbringing I've had and how it's been placed onto me. And it's like, that's one of those things where they talk about breaking generational curses. You look at that and you're like, I can't sit here and make everybody else responsible for the reason why my life is the way it is, And so I think it's so important, and that's why I've been doing the work that I do. And I think from the way I'm thinking of like breaking the pattern of thoughts that I have to where it's not everybody else's responsibility. It's my responsibility. It's my responsibility to wake up in the morning, to take care of myself, to meditate, to read my books, to go to the gym, to do all of these things, to show up for myself because I care about myself and because I want to do better. And over time, no matter what, when you consistently, there's this concept that Joe Dispenza always talks about. It's mixing intention with emotion, right? When you have an intention of like, I want to be A, B, C, D. I want to be all these things, right? And then you mix that with an emotion, be it confidence, be it happiness, joy, whatever, you're going to magnify your ability to attract that thing to your life, right? And that's how you like manifest all these things. It's part of it. But basically, you will never get to that point if you just sit there and constantly like, why me? Well, this person wronged me, so to hell with everything because this is my reality, right? That's where I kind of sit.
Yeah.
With a lot of my understandings of how things work.
I also love that you talked about like having to show up for yourself and take accountability for the ways that you show up for yourself, even when it's hard.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes me want to guide the conversation into another like topic about how we have both paved a way for ourselves into like the careers that we've had, because we both did not come from a background that was centered in fashion, entertainment, and beauty, like any of that. It's like we forged those opportunities by continuing to challenge ourselves and be consistent and show up for ourselves in the ways that, you know, sometimes, I mean, a lot of times like isn't easy. No. And so, yeah, I also kind of want you to talk about your experience with your career and how those things came into fruition and what you're doing now. And like, because you're just such a multifaceted person, which I also really love and enjoy and respect about you. And like, I resonate with that as well. So yeah, it's like, I just want to show the duality of you. And it's like, you've shown, I feel like, how insightful you are. And it's like, I just also want to basically be like, show you off. Like, this is my bestie. Listen to what the fuck she does, you know?
So, do you want like the genesis story of how it all came about? I can tell you that. So basically, when I was younger, my dream was to be like an actress on Disney Channel, which is like 99% of young girls' dreams, I think. Especially our age, right? Sure.
And especially like people like us that are just like have a passion for like creativity and creation and expression.
So there was no way, like my mom would take me to LA, but we live like an hour and a half out of LA, right? And so I was probably 7, 8, and it was too much effort, you know, it's too much work for her to do. So she would take me to like one thing for a casting or whatever, and then it was just never again. It was just one time. She was like, you know what, this is too much effort, so I'm not going to do this anymore. So I was like, okay, I think that's 99% of people's story that have the same dream. But anyways, I continued having that dream in my mind. And when I hit 18, that's when I started to submit myself for acting, for modeling, for all of that. I met in a modeling agency called Auto Models, and I was modeling with them for a while, and then I left them because it just wasn't
a good fit.
And I also wasn't getting any jobs. Like, it was really weird. It wasn't comfortable for me. I had a shoot with a girl, and she basically connected me. She was like, I would love to connect you with my friend Abby, who has an agency that does fit modeling. For those that you don't know, basically fit modeling is a type of modeling. There she is again. Look at your screensaver. Fit modeling is a type of modeling where you try on clothes, they tailor it to your body, and then you give your comments like, this doesn't fit well when I walk, it's falling down in the back. It's basically a custom-made garment to you, but you have to be the exact measurements of a size small, size 2X, whatever the standard of that company is, right?
It's like a huge one of the main parts of like fashion production. Yeah. So it's like Alysa has basically, like, to put in simple terms, so many of y'all's favorite brands have literally made their clothes based off of like Alyssa's body?
So I actually, through my agent, who I'm so lucky and grateful that I got in contact with her, because she really opened all the doors for me in so many ways. She had me, my first fitting ever was with Guess Marciano and then Sanctuary, and from there it just blossomed, and I ended up working with Shelly Siegel, who was originally at Laundry, then she moved to Bailey 44. I fit with her up until the day she passed away, and she, for like about 5 years, taught me everything she knew about technical development, which is the end of fashion where you design clothes. From there, I have been employed with Bailey 44, Stussy, PacSun, Fear of God, For Love and Lemons, L Space Swim, Vans, Volcom, oh my God, Girlfriend Collective, 11, which is Venus Williams, like every brand I fit for Revolve, I fit for all of them, right? So now I actually went through a phase where I told my agent, I was like, I don't want to drive from client to client anymore. Like, I'm so tired of driving. And so I told her, I was like, I just don't want to drive anymore. I'm done driving. I need to take a break. And she was like, well, what if, because I had like 6 clients a week I was driving between. I was exhausted. This is after 12 years of doing this. And she's like, what if I get you 1 client and you just go to 1, and I promise you they'll just be the 1 client? And I said, okay, if you can do that. I mean, that's like the unicorn, right? It's really hard to find that. It ended up being SKIMS. And so I landed SKIMS 4 years ago, and I've been with them ever since. But all day, every day, I try on clothes. We give feedback on how it's fitting. And yeah, it's one of those things where it's really like, I did not go to school for this. I did not, I got the hands-on school from Shelly, taught me everything I know. But like, it was something that so fell into my lap, and I molded the niche to my own understanding. True Religion was one of my biggest contacts for a long time. They also taught me a lot. I ended up leaning into denim for a really long time and working with all the denim brands. But it's really something that I took the hand-on experience and all of the things that I was learning, and I just created an entire career out of it and became a career fit model, which basically I help them understand and like tell them my thoughts on a garment. And a lot of them, I'm so grateful because a lot of them give me a lot of credit and take a lot of my advice, and we launch a lot of really great brands and really great collabs and really great styles.
Also, like, I do want to note though that you said like, oh, it kind of fell into my lap, but also like, yeah, it's when preparation meets opportunity, because it quote unquote fell into your lap only after almost a decade and a half of hard work, of breaking down barriers, putting yourself in new, maybe uncomfortable situations, not uncomfortable in a bad way, but just uncomfortable where you're doing new things, being in new environments, learning new things, like being the person that's green, now being the person that's been doing it for 15 plus years. You know what I mean? So it's like you, in a way, it's like it was given to you because you are the perfect fit for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like no pun intended.
The crazy thing is that I showed Macy a meme earlier today, and it said, it's going to happen for me because I'm crazy.
Right. I'm going to succeed.
I'm going to succeed because I'm crazy. My thought on that is because I feel like that's like, I truly believe I can accomplish anything I want. Like, I have a firm belief system ingrained in me that if I want to do something, I'm going to be able to figure it out one way or another, right? And so that's why I told the genesis story of my modeling career, was because I no matter what knew I wanted to go down this route. I didn't know where it would lead me. I didn't know exactly. It molded and evolved, like it evolved into this career where it's like I have a set
You're following
schedule,
your intuition.
I'm following my intuition. Yeah. I always knew I wanted to go down this route. I just didn't know where it would take me. And so now, like, I honed this craft and this skill set in order to thrive, and I created something, and opportunities have been opened up for me, and I've always believed. And that's why also when I told my agent that I no longer wanted to fit anymore because there was too many, I felt exhausted, the amount I was driving, the amount I was going from client to client, I felt so tired. And the craziest thing is if I would have never taken that break from all my other clients, I was like with Paxson, Elspace, Stussy, and Ruka at the time. If I would have never taken a break.
You were willing to take a step back.
Yes. For my peace of mind.
Well-being.
Yes.
For your well-being.
And I told Abby, I told my agent, I was like, I need to take a break. And she's like, okay, but what if I could get you one client? And you guys have to understand, like, to have one client within the role that I have, it's wild. It's really like, it's a lot of hours, you know. A lot of brands don't have that amount of hours to fit. SKIMS does, right? With so much product. But it was the craziest thing, because if I never left those jobs, I would have never had the time available for SKIMS. So like, I wouldn't have never even accepted the job. Within the 2 weeks or 3 weeks that I quit all my other jobs, SKIMS became available. And it, like, the timing was absolutely astronomical. Not to mention, I had moved up to LA 2 weeks prior to my first casting with SKIMS, not even knowing, and my apartment ended up being 15 minutes away from the SKIMS office. And I had no idea any of this was happening. And I got, like, my first casting, I got the client right as I knew I had the client as soon as I was leaving there. So it was like one of those things where none of this was planned. Like, it just all fell in my lap. But I have such a firm belief system that everything will always work out for me, and I will always end up creating the reality I want. And so one way or another, something's going to fall apart for something else to follow together. Like, I have such a firm belief system in that I think I truly do attract like mountains of opportunities because of it.
Well, I also feel like I said this before, and we say this all the time, where it's like, I truly feel like miracles exist all around us, because like we are miracles the way that we've been able to transform ourselves and like our lives. So of course you're gonna attract things that are perceived, you know, amazing, groundbreaking opportunities, because it's like, that's you as a person. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just a reflection of you and the ways that you've continued to transform and show up for yourself, and the ways that you've been willing to evolve in so many different ways. And so
I'm such a firm believer that everyone can do that, though.
That's the gift of it. That's the gift of it. That's like, literally why
it's hard for me to look at people when they're like, I can't do everyone.
It's funny because I specifically said that in one of the last videos I recorded, is that I said that I specifically want to like share my voice and have an impact, because like I view the ways that I've transformed as like a miracle, and I don't want to show it as a way to be like, oh, look at me, I'm great, even though I do think I'm great. But it's purely a reflection, right? If I'm able to shine my light, it's gonna shine it on someone else's true being, so they see it in themselves. You know what I mean? It's just a mirror, it's just a reflection. So it's like literally anyone is capable of transforming in any way they want, like creating anything that they want.
Every day, every moment is a new opportunity to make a choice. And every choice propels you to a new opportunity, right? Like, you don't, every single thing, right? So at any moment, you can choose to do something different today. Just like, I'm going to go for a walk today instead of staying inside, or I'm going to do this. And you have no idea how those little choices propel you into a different direction, right? Everybody, I don't care. Like, you all have a choice. Everybody has a choice, right? And it can be in the smallest forms of the smallest things. I'm going to drink water today instead of soda. I'm going to, just because I love myself, and I'm deciding that it's better to do this for me and not drink this every day. You know what I'm saying? There's always...
I know exactly what you're saying.
There's always room.
I also hate...
You also hate?
No, oh my God.
On my face.
I was
down. I hate this idea.
No, I was gonna say, I hate that I keep saying, oh, in my last video I said it. I'm saying that because it's just a reflection of like how similar we are in this, and how we think in such similar ways. Because I even mentioned that to you in the kitchen, where I was like, oh yeah, I said in my last video, it's like, you in a way are defined by the ways that you continuously show up in the world, and the decisions that you make and the patterns and habits that you have, even though you're not defined by your circumstances, because at any point in time you can always choose to make a different choice, have a different perspective, change your mind, change in any way.
You're allowed to.
Yeah, and it's like I just love that we both think that.
I love, one of my favorite things is when I see people making choices that are just like somewhat different from their norms, like just changing it up a little bit and like exploring different paths and different options, because it creates different ideas in your head of like, oh, maybe I should try something like this today. And you never know like how that's going to lead you towards your dreams, or how that's going to, you know, emphasize a new path. Or
I also love seeing other people do it, because like I feel like even though I do that, seeing other people do that, it like continues to inspire me, and it like makes me feel so excited just for them and for life and for myself. And it's like I just love that just human beings can be such amazing reflections for each other of like limitless possibilities.
There's like that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I could go down rabbit holes.
Okay, so I have another question for you.
Okay,
so since we are on the topic of evolution, what ways are you maybe wanting to evolve in, or just what things are you wanting to do, maybe trying new things, or you know, evolving or doing certain new expressions, or trying, I don't know, I keep saying trying new things, but what ways have you not evolved in yet that maybe you are looking to do in the future that you're excited to pursue?
Oh my gosh, I have so many answers to this. I am so currently I want to go to a dance class. I used to dance when I was a kid. I want to go to a dance class.
I think I texted you, said we should go to a heels class.
I want to go to a pole dancing class.
Let's do it.
I want to. But it's so funny because, so like that's one of the things I would love to explore, just because it's not the sexuality, whatever, but it's more about like I want to get more in touch with my femininity, like and I already, you know, I there's just something about it.
Well, I feel like it's again, it goes back to that like vulnerability of artistic expression, especially with dance. It requires you to be in tune with your body. You have to be in the moment, you have to be grounded, to be one with the music, right? Especially because like I was a dancer for 18 years. Alysa also grew up as a dancer, and so you have to have some level of symbiosis with the energy around you, with yourself, with the music, and you have to be so present.
So I wonder if it's like me coming back to it. But the thing is I don't think I was in touch with my femininity back then.
No, but either. It's like it's rediscovering it for yourself.
Discovering it. Yeah, definitely. So that's one of the things.
Okay.
I also have been exploring creative writing, which I got like my certificate in creative writing and all of that recently. And so I've been exploring that, and like my ultimate goal is like I would love to explore becoming an author and stuff like that, creative writing, like fiction, just because I have fun with it. No other reason other than like
perfect. That's perfect.
It's completely outside of the realm of what I do now. And there's this other, I saw something recently, and this is kind of off topic, but whatever. There is no, like, everybody thinks that they have to be doing a job that makes them, like a career that makes them money, that they enjoy, that they putting their all into right away. Like that is what they're doing. Like this is all I'm doing, is I'm a career businesswoman, There is nothing wrong. Like I'm fully working my ass off every day of the week, going to work and trying on clothes. I'm like trying on 500 outfits a day. Like that's my job, right? But I'm also coming home and then exploring this route of like, maybe I actually want to be an author. Like maybe I want to write books, right? I can do both. There's no saying that this has to be my career. This has to be my end game. There's no saying that, right? I can just do this for the money right now and do it to support myself and do it because, you know, I've honed this craft and I'm good at it, but it doesn't mean it has to be end game.
Right, like it doesn't have to be permanent. You're allowed to try new things and explore new things.
Even though I have put so much time and effort in learning, and I haven't gone to college, like this has been my life the past 12 years, right? 13 years now. And because of like that doesn't mean I can't
do new things,
switch it up, and decide that, you know what, this is actually something I like to do too. And this is something I want to put a lot of time into and explore, and like have it be the thing that I do on the side that, you know, maybe one day I want to make even more important to me. Like, yeah, so that's one of the things.
I love that. And that makes me really excited for you again, because it's like I feel like I just feel inspired seeing other people pursue new things that give them a spark of inspiration and excitement. Like, I love when I talk to you and you are excited about these new things, because there's been so many times where I text Alyssa or I call her and I'm like, just, you know, checking in, and I even think the other day, it's like you were literally on the train and you're like, yeah, I was just like riding on the train. And it was just so, like, so simple and so perfect, those moments where it's just like, it's almost cinematic in a way.
It is.
Yeah, I love that.
It's beautiful. Yeah. What would you, if you could explore something else right now?
If I could explore something else right now, I mean, there's a lot of different things that I want to explore in multiple different facets. I feel like this is one of them, right? Because I've been, you know, brainstorming
100% exploring
all
right
these
now.
different ways of, you know, things that I can do to oh, sorry, I just want to make sure you're comfortable.
Comfy.
Okay. So, different ways that I can use my voice to foster a sense of creativity, connection, community. And I feel like this is like a good avenue of that, of being able to, you know, share my story and let other people share their stories. And it's like, you never know how that's gonna,
I think, definitely
resonate with other people. So I feel like this is something that I'm exploring right now that I'm excited about. And then besides this, it's like I actually originally got this equipment because I wanted to explore more about like music production, which I don't know anything about how to like produce music on computer or like use like softwares, which I would like to learn, even though it's like I've had a musical background. Again, it's like I was in theater, you're required to sing and like be in choir, and like there's so many people in my family and my friends that are so heavily involved in music, and as a dancer I feel so connected to music and using my voice, and like I like to sing, but producing music was never something that I ever tried to explore myself. But it's always something that's been really interesting to me. And it's like I still haven't learned that much in terms of producing music. Like I feel like right now I'm learning still how to record vocals and do like presets on them, and I honestly haven't even tried to get into like producing actually like sounds. So that's another thing, like,
but it's something you think is cool.
That I enjoy doing, that I want to learn more about. And obviously, like, you know, because we both are writers and we both love writing, and it's like we've both been doing that for a while, so I'd like to continue doing that. And honestly, like, I feel like getting back into dance, like, I don't know, I just feel like we're both such like
I really think it's like
well-rounded creative people that it's like I want to do it all. It's like I just want to do it all. I don't even want to be like,
do you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to move my back.
I don't know,
getting
Sam.
old.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I, for the longest time, would tell myself I'm not a creative person.
Alyssa, that's crazy.
And then I would just tell myself that, because I'm like, no, I'm not. I can't draw. I cannot draw for the life of me. I have terrible handwriting. There's all these things. However, I had to remind myself that we're literally constantly creating.
Yeah.
Our life is a creation.
Right.
And so I am just in general inherently a creator. Inherently, right?
And that reminds me of The Artist's Way, because they talk about that in The Artist's Way. They say you inherently, as a creation of God, as a creation of the universe, you are a creator. You have an inherent creator spirit, just because you have life force energy inside of you. And it's like, that's everyone. Everyone can be a creator. And I understand what you mean, where it's like, oh, maybe you grew up thinking traditionally like, oh, I'm not good at drawing, so I'm not creative.
I just labeled myself as not being creative, and it's like, that is not the case. And that goes back to our original conversation.
Oh, Jesus, I'm back on the screen.
That just comes back to our original conversation about the contradiction and realizing, like, wait, no. maybe I am. I am actually very creative. I actually should hone that craft more. And questioning yourself, right? Questioning where that thought came from, questioning if it's even true, questioning, do you want it to be true or do you want it to be something else? What is it that you want? Because then you can explore it. And that comes to the ultimate question, which is from The Artist's Way. If you could be 5 things, anything, any career path, this is like one of the questions in The Artist's Way, which I think is a beautiful thing. And it is, if you could be anything in this world, 5 things, right? Any career path, any amount of school doesn't matter, money doesn't matter, anything you want, what would the 5 things be? And that question in The Artist's Way got me thinking. I have a list. I have an actual list of what I would be. You need to tell me what you would be.
Okay.
Okay, there. Technical difficulties, listeners. Okay. My 5 things.
Okay.
In another life, I'd be a quantum physicist. Cause duh, right? Pole dancer.
Yeah.
Or a burlesque dancer, but like a dancer. Archaeologist. I could be an archaeologist. I would love to be an archaeologist. An herbalist in a small town. And the last one is an author. And so I'm exploring. That's why that Artist's Way was one of the reasons. And I actually think you're the one that recommended the Artist's Way to me. Yeah. But it's one of the reasons because I was writing this list of all the things I wanted to be. And I was like thinking about it. And I was like, I actually really, really want to be a writer. Like I used to write stories. I would give them to my dad when I was a little kid. Like I would love to explore that. The entire reason that I'm exploring that avenue now. And I'm having so much fun with it. Like so much fun. Like it's actually one of my favorite things to do. I wake up super early in the morning just to write.
Alyssa literally wakes up at 4 in the morning every single day.
Every day. I meditate for 20 minutes. I read and I stare at a wall and contemplate my existence for 30 minutes.
Valid.
With coffee.
Yeah.
Anyways, what are your 5?
Honestly, that's hard because I feel like it's like, okay, but it has to be stuff that I do not already do because I feel like I do a lot of the stuff that I grew up wanting to do that I didn't think I was going to be able to do.
Okay.
So it's like
the stuff that are completely out of your realm currently.
Okay, the stuff that's completely out of my realm currently that I would want to do would be like I love psychology. I'm obviously not a psychologist, but maybe something in that realm. Like I very much love, like you said, like I love science. I love psychology. You mentioned a quantum physicist. I love quantum physics. I feel like, not to steal your idea, but
we probably we'd have quantum physicists.
Yeah. And then also it's like, besides that, maybe the thing is like so much of my life now has been pursuing all the creative endeavors I've wanted to do. So it's like I feel like I haven't even really thought of the other stuff that I'd want to do besides that. Because I feel like the other stuff I'd want to do besides that, it's like I kind of research it in my own time, right? Like psychology, quantum physics. I have so many books about that kind of stuff. And it's like,
I know what one of hers would be. I'm just staring at you and I just feel like I know. I just
say it.
There's something about a gymnast, like a gymnastic
gymnast. Oh my gosh, wait.
See, I told you.
No, that reminds me.
I knew.
Oh my gosh, a rhythmic gymnastics person. Oh my god, that's crazy you said that because I grew up
at her and I was like, a gymnast,
I sent it to you psychically.
Gymnast.
That's crazy because like I grew up doing all different kinds of dance. I grew up doing gymnastics, but the Olympics, I never did rhythmic gymnastics, which is like, imagine like hardcore, like fucking like ballet combined with like Olympic level gymnastics. You're so right about that. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Can I guess more?
Yeah, guess more.
Okay.
I love this because in a way, I love seeing how she perceives me.
It's gonna be insane. The next one's insane.
I'm so excited.
I have
say
a thought
it.
that came into my
Yeah,
head.
say
I don't
it.
even know if you want to hear it.
No, I do. Say it. Say anything. I don't care. We're unfiltered right now.
Okay. A sniper in the military.
Yeah, honestly, valid as well. Because
Yeah,
if you
I
guys, well, I don't know. I was gonna say, if
I
you
know,
guys
I
don't
already know the next one.
yeah, if you guys don't know,
know the next
one of my like hobbies that I've been doing my whole life is like target shooting. Like my family, a lot of the men in my family are hunters, so I grew up, or they're in the military, so I grew up I don't want to say around firearms, but I grew up doing like being educated on, you know, safety, handling like gun safety, you know, shooting, and like I've been going to the range for literally such a long time I can't even count. So no, you're honestly spot on. Or like an Olympic, isn't there
like the
Olympic shooters?
shooter.
Yeah.
The last one I have in mind, but it's very specific and very weird.
Okay,
so I don't.
Well, you've been 100% spot on with the other ones.
The
so.
other one that comes to my mind that makes me think like, oh, for some reason in my head, you're sitting in a farmer's market behind a booth.
Yeah, honestly,
Like
also
selling
valid in like
plants.
fucking Ojai.
Yeah. Like oranges and plants and whatever.
Dude, I feel like we... oh my gosh, wait, no, because now I'm kind of merging together our ideas where it's like you said you could do like some fucking like herbalist shit
I
in a
could be an
small
herbalist
town.
in a small
I feel like
town.
we would have...
I could be an herbalist in a small town for sure.
I feel like we'd have a fucking conjoined booth where it's like you bring the herbals and I formulate them into skincare products. You know what I mean?
What is the word?
And that's another thing.
Sororal.
Sororal.
That's our herbalist.
Yeah,
brand.
I love
Sororal.
that. I feel like another one for me as well is like I used to be an esthetician, so like passion about just like, I don't even want to say beauty because it's more like self-care. Mm-hmm. But I was really, really interested in like the scientific formulation aspect of different skincare products. So I feel like that would be like another one for me, is like being in a laboratory, like formulating actual like,
that's a good one.
Yeah, I think that would be one of mine as well.
A
yeah,
lab tech or something.
Yeah, and then also probably like something crazy like a fucking I don't know, a doctor. I don't know.
I always
or a lawyer.
I always, when we were in school, Macy was so good at school.
Math and science.
No, I'm not even kidding.
Was always my highest.
I was
like
so shocked because for some reason, I just always thought Macy would be a doctor or like something high up in like that you would have to get a degree for.
Well, it's crazy.
I believed it.
Well, because that was my plan. That was my plan because for me is like like I said, like I was always very naturally intelligent, academically strong, and I always tested the highest in math and sciences. And so that was my plan, was to go to medical school. But it was like my dream to be able to pursue creative stuff as my career. But it's like that wasn't even the realm of like to me it was more plausible to become a doctor than it was to like make my career like acting and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it just full on switched where I did actually make acting and creative stuff my career, and then I didn't even end up actually
going to school to be
to medical school at all. But that's funny that you say that, because that was exactly what I thought that I was gonna do forever.
In my head when we were younger, I thought you would be a doctor.
Same.
Yeah. Just like a pediatrician.
Yeah, just like any doctor. Just any
podiatrist.
Yeah. Just any kind.
The podiatrist.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Anyway. Oh.
Wow.
Well, beautiful.
I know, that was amazing. Also, I just love that it just flowed so natural, and I feel like that was exactly what I wanted it to be, because before we started I was like, you know, I want it to be a really well balanced, like I want it to be organic. I also want us to have some sort of, you know, perspective on what we want to talk about, but really I just want to showcase our friendship. I want to showcase like who you are as a person, the duality of us. Like we are insightful, we are spiritual, we're intelligent, but also it's like we were crying, fucking laughing, and just being stupid as well, which I really love because I enjoy all those parts of us, and it's my favorite thing to do with you. So, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I love you.
I love you more.
I love you. Thank you so much. You're amazing, and you're the first person that I
know.
am doing this.
I'm so honored. I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed to even know about it and be on it and be.
I know, because no one even knows about it at this point.
To be able to contribute in any way, I love it. I'm so grateful, and I'm honored to know you because you gave me so many flowers tonight. And I just want to say, like, you deserve them tenfold right back. So.
And you know, the thing is, like, we do that for each other every single day in our friendship. So it's like,
as a friendship,
I just had to shine the spotlight on you because you deserve it. So yeah, I love you and thank you, and thank you for watching, and have a beautiful night, and mwah. Okay, bye.